In the sun-scorched village of Mwagala, nestled in the heart of Tanzania where dust clung to every surface and hope was as scarce as rain, lived a young man named Juma. At 23, his shoulders bore the burdens of a lifetime. His mother had passed away 6 years prior, leaving him with a father, Mr. Kweka, who had once been a gentle fisherman but now drowned his sorrows in pum, the local brew. Mr. Kweka's new wife, Mama Zainabu, despised Juma, treating him as little more than a servant. From dawn to dusk, Juma toiled, hauling water from the distant well, tending the small maize plot, and cleaning the mud-walled compound. Meals were scarce, and sleep came on a thin mat in the corner of the storeroom. The villagers pitied Juma, his tired eyes and calloused hands a testament to his hardship, but fear of Mr. Kweka's drunken rages kept them silent. Then came Salima, a young woman from Dar es Salaam. Her dress was patched, her sandals worn thin, but her gaze was sharp and steady. For 3 months, she worked on Mr. Kweka's small fishing boat, mending nets and cleaning catches under the blazing sun. Payment, however, was a promise Mr. Kweka never kept. Next week, when I sell the fish, he'd say, but the coins never materialized. One sweltering afternoon, Salima, exhausted and fed up, confronted Mr. Kweka outside his hut. "Sir, I need my wages today. 3 months of work, and nothing." Mr. Kweka, bleary-eyed, scratched his chin and scanned the compound. His gaze landed on Juma, who was holding a heavy bucket of water, sweat dripping down his face. A cruel grin spread across Mr. Kweka's face. "You want payment? Take that boy instead," he said, pointing at Juma. "He's useless here. Take him to the city. That's your reward." Juma froze, the bucket slipping from his hands. His heart shattered as he looked at his father. "Baba, please, no," he pleaded. "Quiet." Mr. Kweka snapped. Mama Zainabu smirked from the doorway. "Good riddance. One less burden." Juma's younger half-sister, Amina, peeked from behind the hut, tears streaming as she clutched a rag doll. Salima, stunned, looked at Juma, his lean frame, his weary but kind eyes. Something stirred in her. "Fine," she said softly. "I'll take him." With a small sack of belongings, Juma followed Salima, leaving behind the only home he'd known. Amina's quiet sobs echoed in his ears as they boarded a rickety bus to Dar es Salaam. The journey to Dar es Salaam was long, the bus rattling through dusty plains and crowded towns. Juma stared out the window, his mind a storm of fear and uncertainty. He prayed silently, "Bwana, please let this woman be kind. I'm tired of pain." Salima sat quietly, her expression unreadable, occasionally glancing at him with a thoughtful frown. The city was a shock to Juma's senses, towering buildings, honking matatas, and people rushing in every direction. Salima led him through the chaos to a quiet street lined with mango trees. They stopped at a tall iron gate, which creaked open to reveal a spacious compound. A modern house stood at the center, its white walls gleaming, surrounded by neatly trimmed hedges and a small fish pond. Behind it was a modest but tidy guest house, with a single bedroom, a small sitting area, and a kitchen. "This is where I stay," Salima said, her voice warm. "I got a job as a gardener here a week ago. The owner, Mrs. Mashi, is generous. She lets me live here rent-free as long as I maintain the gardens." Juma looked around, marveling at the clean floors and sturdy roof. Compared to the storeroom in Mwagala, this was paradise. "It's peaceful," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. Salima smiled faintly. "Are you okay with this?" Juma nodded, a flicker of hope in his chest. "Yes. I feel safe." 2 days later, Juma walked to the aroma of ugali and sukuma wiki wafting from the kitchen. Sunlight streamed through the window, casting a soft glow on the room. For the first time in years, he'd slept without fear of shouts or hunger. In the kitchen, Salima was stirring a pot. "Morning, Juma," she said with a grin. "I made breakfast. Hope you're hungry." They ate together, the simple meal tasting like a feast to Juma. After breakfast, Salima said, "Get dressed. I want you to meet someone." Curious but nervous, Juma put on a clean shirt Salima had given him and followed her to the main house. The door opened to reveal Mrs. Mashi, a woman in her late 50s with a warm smile and elegant poise. "This must be Juma," she said kindly. "Salima's told me about you." "Welcome, my dear." Juma blushed, unused to such warmth. "Thank you, Mama," he mumbled. Mrs. Mashi took his hand. "This house is big enough for peace, Juma. If you need anything, just ask." Back at the guest house, Juma sat quietly, overwhelmed. Salima noticed his silence. "What's on your mind?" she asked. Juma hesitated, then spoke. "When my father gave me away, I felt worthless, like I was nothing. I was scared you'd treat me like him, shouting, maybe worse. But you've been kind. You've given me a home, food, respect. Thank you." Salima's eyes softened. "I'd never hurt you, Juma. That's not who I am." She paused, then added, "I noticed you back in the village, working so hard despite everything. When your father offered you as payment, I was shocked, but I saw a chance to help someone who deserved better." Juma looked at her, surprised. "You saw me?" She nodded. "I'm not rushing you to feel anything, Juma. Just know you're safe here." For the first time, Juma smiled, a weight lifting from his heart. A month passed, and Juma found a rhythm in the city. He helped Salima with the gardening, learning to trim hedges and plant flowers. His confidence grew, and he began to dream again. One afternoon, as he helped Mrs. Mashi carry bags of vegetables into the house, she called him to sit. "Juma, you're hardworking and kind," she said. "My gardener's assistant left, and I'd like you to take his place. It's a paid job." Juma's eyes widened. "Me? Thank you, Mama Mashi. I want to save for school. I had to stop after Form 4, but I dream of studying engineering." Mrs. Mashi's face lit up. "That's a wonderful goal, Juma. I'll support you. Work hard, and we'll see about school." Overjoyed, Juma ran to the guest house. "Salima," he shouted. "Mrs. Mashi gave me a job. And she supports my dream to study." Salima hugged him, laughing. "That's my husband. I'm so proud." That night, lying on the bed, Juma turned to Salima. "Why haven't you treated me like other wives might expect from a husband?" Salima sat up, thoughtful. "Juma, I didn't bring you here to use you. You've been through too much rejection, pain. I want you to feel safe, to choose me when you're ready, not because you feel forced." Tears pricked Juma's eyes. "Thank you, Salima. You're different. I'm starting to believe this is God's plan for me." Days later, while Juma was watering plants, a sleek car pulled into the compound. Out stepped Zawadi, Mrs. Mashi's daughter, a confident woman in her late 20s. She eyed Juma curiously. "So, you're Salima's husband," she said, her tone teasing. "Mama says you're hardworking, but she didn't mention how handsome you are." Juma blushed, focusing on his work. "Good afternoon, by Zawadi," he said politely, hoping to end the conversation. Zawadi lingered, her gaze unsettling. "Call me Zawadi, not Bai." "Relax, I don't bite." Juma nodded, uneasy, and returned to the guest house. That evening, he told Salima about the encounter. She was too friendly. It didn't feel right. Salima frowned but reassured him. Zawadi's just playful. Don't worry, I'm here for you. A week later, Zawadi cornered Juma in the garden. I've been watching you, Juma. You're special, smart, strong. Why waste your life with a poor gardener? Be my man, and I'll change your world, school in London, in new clothes, and money. I can make Salima disappear with one word to Mama. Juma stepped back, his voice firm. With respect, by Zawadi, I'm happy with my wife. I believe in her, in us. Money can't buy what we have. Zawadi scoffed. You'll regret this, village boy. She stormed off, leaving Juma shaken but resolute. The next day, Juma went to Mrs. Mashi, his heart heavy. Mama, I need to tell you something. Zawadi's been saying things, offering me money, school abroad, if I leave Salima. She said she could get you to fire Salima. Mrs. Mashi's face fell, then hardened. Juma, I'm disappointed in my daughter, but think about it. Zawadi could give you a comfortable life. We could compensate Salima to step aside. Juma's hands shook, but his voice was steady. Mama, I respect you, but I won't sell my dignity. Salima stood by me when I had nothing. I'd rather leave this job than betray her. He walked out, head high, and returned to the guest house. Salima was waiting, her eyes searching. What's wrong, Juma? He told her everything, tears in his eyes. I told them no, Salima. I chose you. Salima hugged him tightly. You stood by me first. Now it's my turn. That night, they prayed together, asking for strength and peace. The next morning, Juma returned from fetching water to find Salima sitting at the table, a stack of shillings beside her. Salima, what's this? He asked, stunned. She smiled softly. Juma, I've been saving this for years, planning to start a small business, a nursery for plants. But today, I saw the man you are, loyal, brave. This money is for your education. Go to university, chase your dream. Juma shook his head. No, Salima. That's your dream. Let's use it together, rent a small place, start your nursery. I'll work, and we'll save for school step by step. Salima's eyes shone with tears. You're sure? Juma nodded. I want a life with you, not just for me. They embraced, their bond sealed by mutual sacrifice. Later that day, Mrs. Mashi and Zawadi appeared at the guest house. Juma, Salima, we are sorry, Mrs. Mashi said. Zawadi was wrong, and so was I. You're a rare man, Juma. Zawadi nodded, ashamed. I was foolish. Salima's lucky to have you. Juma smiled. I'm the lucky one. Then Salima spoke, her voice calm. Juma, there's something I need to confess. Mrs. Mashi isn't just my employer, she's my mother. Zawadi is my sister. Juma gasped. What? Salima continued, I'm sorry I hid it. I wanted someone to love me for me, not my family's wealth. I've been hurt before, men who wanted my money, not my heart. When your father offered you, I saw a chance to know you, the real you. Juma sat, stunned, then laughed. You went too far, Salima, but I forgive you. You owe me, though, a big garden in our new home. Salima grinned. Deal. Word spread quickly, Salima, the poor gardener, was a billionaire's daughter. Mr. Kweka called Juma, begging forgiveness and asking to send Amina to the city. Baba, Juma said firmly, I forgive you, but keep your distance. Take care of Amina. If she needs help, I'll send it, but don't disrupt my peace. He hung up, turning to Salima. Thank you, God, for her. Years later, Juma walked across a university stage, earning his engineering degree. Salima cheered loudest at their young son bouncing in her arms. That evening, she drove him to a sprawling estate. Welcome home, she said, handing him keys to a modern house with a lush garden. And guess what? I'm pregnant again. Juma spun her around, laughing. From a dusty village to this, our better days are here, my queen.